it's an accessory penalty. Kailangan muna, kumbaga, mag-guilty ka dun sa main case. Kumbaga, hindi ito katulad ng impeachment na parang magkasing level or magkasing importante yung, kumbaga, kung kay Sara, ma-convict siya or ma-impeach, or ma-convict in the impeachment case and ma-perpetually disqualify. Dito sa obstruction of justice, dahil, sorry pero parang maliit, quote-unquote, yung krimen, eh, makakonvict ka muna and then titingnan natin kung, if at all, magkakaroon ka pa ng accessory penalty of um, disqualification or hindi ka makakatakbo, ganyan.
What about Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Ex-convict is a correct way of putting it, right? Is he an ex-convict and future, Like, what is he looking at there?
Yeah, mukhang siya yung, kung in terms ka, parang siyang mastermind, siya ang lead. Tapos, napunta pa doon sa, kung i-connect pa doon sa sinasabing Pampanga House or Rest House na pinagtaguan, mukhang sa kanya din nakakonekta yung bahay na yon na pinagtataguan. So, mukhang sabit na sabit kung ano man.
Pero ang sabi ni Robin Hood, parang nakisakay lang naman daw siya, wala naman siyang sasakay.
Bumaba sa Makati.
Para po, dito muna ako. I mean,
bumaba sa Makati, tapos pumunta sa bahay ng, kaibigan niya, gano'n. Ang kukumbinsihin niyo dyan, prosecutor, eventually, court. Tignan natin kung paano magpa-progress yung obstruction charges ng PNP. Pero ako, maliit lang, pero iba din yung makurot ka rin minsan-minsan. Kasi sagad-sagaran ka lang niloloko, sagad-sagaran ka lang. Itong bago, yung force majeure. Ano ba to?
it took a Tulfo to correct. I mean, like, we are in a world whereby, headline, Tulfo corrects Robin Hood Padilla on, like, I never thought we'll reach a point whereby umaasa tayo sa mga Tulfo to bring back sanity to this world.
Pero on that note, Tito Soto, who appears to be, apparently, an expert on Senate rules. So, hindi ko ma-imagine yun before. I mean, we had statesmen in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, whom we could rely on for assistance. Pero wow, how have things changed?
So, what about Mark Oleta? Kasi yun yung pinaka-legal luminary ng Duterte, di ba? All of RT sabi naman, hindi naman daw siya DDS. Wink, wink. Is Mark Oleta considered legal luminary? Is it like, has major legal successes? Is he like trained at the highest level? Meron mo siyang scholarly legal analysis? Kasi he's very confident, no? And the way he parang, hindi kayo abogado wala kayong ano dyan ano lang naman kayo dyan, mag-defer kayo sa akin. Where is this coming from? Hindi ko maintindihan yung confidence na yan.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's very perception-based now, with the way we are polarized. Parang ang nangyayari po dahil parang magkaiba talaga ng mundo yung may ibang mga pinaniniwalaan. Madaling masabi ng isang grupo na, oo, legal luminary yan. Kung magkakumbinsido sila at kahit gaano mo kapakitaan ng dokumento, ng papeles, ng ganyan, hindi pa rin maniniwala. Kaya maybe in the eyes of some, he is a legal luminary, and I don't know whose problem is that, dun sa naniniwala o sa iba, ako na hindi naniniwala na legal luminary siya. I'm so sorry, but I have not heard him mentioned in law school or in any of our legal discussions as part of, kumbaga, the improvement in the administration of justice.
Just to be clear about luminary, means parang it comes from light, diba? You light the way in a specific field. Ibig sabihin, you're at the cutting edge of research in a specific field. Is he a cutting edge source of
For some,
Is
maybe.
he a source of light and inspiration in constitutional legal jurisprudential studies? I'm so sorry.
Alam nyo, yung isang measure ngayon, parang kung mababanggit ka sa law school, may ganon na, kumbaga, pinag-uusapan ng nag-aaral talaga, yung concentrate. Kasi sabihin na natin in practice, pwedeng may pasikatan dyan, may payamanan. Oh, dito, ito, malaking sumingil to, ganyan. Pero kung sa law school, ang pinag-uusapan nila, sino nga yung abogado na ang argument ay ganito? Sino nga yung law firm na ganito yung mode or process? Again, hindi po na nababanggit yung Marcoleta at mas naririnig natin yung pangalan niya in political discussions.
Di nandyan na
So,
rin ako kasi kinasuhan ako sa Supreme Court. May nagsabi rin
oh
dyan,
yeah,
nandun ka na sa
actually, yeah,
jurisprudence. You have made it. You have made your mark. So, mukhang
yeah.
luminary na rin pala ako. Like,
Well, of course, yung pag luminary, parang actually, kung ako nga, luminary is not only number of years, ha, pero yung how you have shaped jurisprudence. You yourself, not as, kumbaga, you wrote it, you led the way, you thought of it. Kung ganun yung standards, wala.
wala. Although I won't be if Sara Duterte ang next president, maging Chief Justice yan ng Supreme Court and all. I mean, I'm not ruling out
Or
anything.
Solgen.
Oh, yeah, okay. Of course, yeah.
Solgen. Sorry, I'm reminded of Kalida eh.
The
If
Khalida
we're talking about
president.
legal luminaries.
In fairness naman kay Khalida, never mind. Moving on. By the way, si Khalida, can't he also be dun sa ICC?
He could, yeah. Actually, to clarify, ang, kumbaga, pwede pumili ng kahit na sinong abogado si Duterte. That's for sure. Even if he's given the list of ICC accredited lawyers, he's not limited to that. Kung gusto niya pong maging abogado si Kalida, and then, yeah, he could do that. The registry will coordinate with that lawyer to check or to see if he could be accredited. Kumbaga, he will be assisted. Ang magiging problema lang if he is not deserving or he cannot really be accredited, it will pose a problem before the court because the rules require that you have to be accredited. The only point there is if you're accredited, it means you know about the ICC rules. Hindi kayong left of field, manggugulo lang sa ICC. And second, if you are accredited, you're bound to a code of ethics. And you will abide by the rules and regulations as presented by the ICC. Kaya, and on that note, yun yung naging issue dun sa yung sa 6 na abogado ni Duterte na nagsisipot, yung Filipino lawyers, yun yung issue nun. Kung ano ba sila, lawyer ba talaga sila o meron o guest o ano ba? Kasi yun nga, may confidentiality yung submissions dito sa Duterte case.
The low year daw, low year.
Lawyers.
Well, before we go to the serious topic, which is ICC, I mean, dito muna tayo sa how is it? Sino na lang matitira sa Duterte kasi yung dalawang Villar's may mga allegations na cheese, 'di ba? The whole Kila is
Yeah.
life, 'di ba? Bongo could be next as doon naman sa ICC at least pero meron din sa kabila. Ang haba parang si Aimee na lang yata matira tsaka si Lauren Legarda although may mga nagsa-solar mother 'di ba? Allegations din. So what's gonna happen here? I mean, and what does jurisprudence say in terms of yung mga rules of Senate? Kasi baka malapit na maging chatroom na lang, parang online group na lang yung majority. Kasi baka mamaya may VPN pa. Sir, text ako ng vote ka pero hindi ko sabihin yung location. Mag-VPN ako. Di ba? Kasi kung puro pugante yung iba.
Or pwede bang general location, Philippines?
Exact. Yung majority, 2 lang nandun. Tapos may 11 na minority. Yung iba, nasa chatroom lang. I mean, what's going on here? Is this the worst ever Senate among the worst ever Senates now we have seen over the past 20 years?
Probably, no? Kasi we have these issues, pero pailan-ilan. Pero ito yung talagang buhos, no? Oo nga. Could be, yeah. Pero ako yung drama, yung Senate flicks nga, yun yung parang rurok. I don't know kung magkakaroon ng isa pang rurok to. Hindi ko na alam what will top it. Yun talagang sobrang nakakahiya. Tapos, I've been speaking, I was in a meeting with several other lawyers and then when you raise that, we have ano may isa pang wanted dun sa Casey Duterte. Oh yeah, I saw that. So ako parang, what did you see? A news report or the video? Yung iba the video. Tapos parang nakakahiya kasi yung ano, yung staircase video. Sabi ko, okay.
But
That's
mabilis
our
siya.
senator.
Mabilis siya. In
Mabilis.
fairness, I was impressed by his athleticism.
Oh, pero parang nakakaya kasi, I mean, I would have preferred kung there was some huge statement. I mean, ang daming, well, nagkaroon ng panahon na pwede po sanang mag-grandstand si Bato de la Rosa inside the Senate. He could have defended his position. He could have, made a speech. Parang Martin Luther King, I have a dream. Or something. Sorry, but to think of them in the same light. Pero parang ganun na, I'll use this time. I will speak as eloquently as possible. But the statements I heard from here were more incriminating than exculpatory. May time na umamin siya precisely sa iniisip ng mga tao. Bakit ka pumasok? Kasi tinawagan ako ni Alan Peter. Bakit ka punapunta? Para raw bumoto. Kaya para pumoto para dun sa issue ni Sara, yung impeachment. Kaya parang, oh no, sayang yung opportunity if Bato had used that time. But of course, good for us, for the victims, na hindi na siya nakapag-grandstand further. Pero kung ako lang, ano ba to, ah, suggestion sana kung ginawa niya yun, things would have been better for him.
A for honesty. Honesty. A for honesty.
Pero kung A for effort din, kung ako po sa kanya, magko-cooperate na ako sa ICC. Kasi wala na. Anong gusto niyang mangyari? Magkaroon na naman ng parang hulihan, tapos may CCTV naman or body cam video na ako na si Alice Go pa yung naaalala ko diyan natutulog tapos nakaano siya naka pajama. So isang gabi parang napanaginipan ko yan na what if si Bato nahuli? Yung ganun kasi manghuli. Suggestion po sa PNP yung po mga kliyente ko, ilan doon hinuli gabi, madaling araw. Papasukin ka, so yung kaya kinabukasan, top news ka. Tapos nakapajama yung mga paghinuli. Yun talaga yung caught off guard. So yun yung isang iniisip ko na isa what if si Bato mahuli, no? Tapos nakapajama. Si Alice Goa, I remember, there was some footage. Hindi ko alam kung body cam ba yun. Sa Indonesia yun, no? Or Malaysia.
Indonesia.
Indonesia na parang talagang ito, huli na siya. But she was cooperating that time. So for Bato, mag-cooperate na lang po kayo. I think this would be the best for all of us.
Maybe Bato is just betting na kung si Hari nga, Zaldi nga, si Bantag nga, di ba? At large pa rin, di ba? Then who knows, maybe makalusot siya and he just has to wait another year or so and baka the fever will break. Baka ganun yung hope niya eh. And alam niya, dahil hindi siya nag-iisa dun sa chopping block, maraming may interest to not only muddy the waters, pero babardagulan yung buong institusyon. I mean, should you be worried about some people burning down the whole house to save their own skin?
Yeah. And warning. So if Bato thinks Sara being president in 2028 will be his salvation, think again. Magiging liability po siya ng isang Sara Duterte administration kasi you have an international warrant of arrest. You have an ICC warrant. You're wanted in 125 countries. Maybe 124 if Hungary proceeds with its exit. Technically, you're also wanted in 196 country members of the Interpol kasi napaabutan sila ng warrant eh. So, yung hiya ng isang Pilipinas na, ba't hindi mo pa, di ba may warrant na nakuha ka, hindi mo pa ini-enforce? It could weigh against Sara Duterte as president. Kasi, oo nga, bakit hindi mo hinuhuli? Tapos, isipin mo na lang yung kung sakaling may pinapahuli naman tayo. Kunyari, yung mga nag-usual, kunyari Teves, someone like Teves during the time of Sara Duterte. Kung may ganun, O anong karapatan mo na magpahuli? Eh, hindi mo nga mahuli yung pinapahuli sa'yo. So, yung ganon, he will
Yeah, meron
definitely be
siyang knock-on
allocated.
effects, no? Yeah, down the road. Grab.
Mhm.
Is there a way to challenge it kung they allow all of this pugante or all of these mga kakasuhan na bumoto dun sa trial ni Sara Duterte? Because the other elephant in the room is yung paparating na trial ni Sara Duterte. And in fact, kaya nga na-triggered itong crisis na to, kaya nga lumabas sa woodworks ito si Bato just to give the majority to create some sort of, I don't know, cushion for Sara Duterte or at least be in a position to shape the game. So, there's a Sara Duterte impeachment aspect here. Is there a way for non-Senate people to challenge this or complete yung prerogative ng Senate leadership on this issue?
Well, I think there is a way. So, there have been efforts to study yung sa rules. Pero, it's a matter of how they will do it. Pero, in essence, yung ultimate, kumbaga, effect, pwedeng i-question ng citizens. Kasi may stake sila dito sa impeachment trial. Pero, ang prerogative ng Senate is in creating the rules. So, if they go that route, meaning, oh, I'm just creating a rule. Like the way they did with Bato na, oh, maybe we can do. Generally, that does not affect the people of the Philippines. Eh, magbobotohan lang naman sila online. Pero there's something insidious behind it. So, kapag umepekto yung insidious na ginagawa nila, doon, the people would have standing. If there is a kumbaga, significant right of the people violated, pwedeng pumasok ang taong bayan, essentially, as a checks and balance doon sa Senate. Pero you're right, initially, pwedeng prerogative ng Senate ang gumawa ng sarili nilang rules, prerogative nila ang mag regulations, yung mga ganon. Kaya buti na lang very ano to, matalas ang mata ng minority. Kaya yung sinasabing walk out, I would say that's brilliant in a sense. Depriving the group of quorum was, I think, the last straw, pero it was effective at that time. I'm
And
sorry, not the last
yeah,
last resort. Ganyan.
last resort, exactly. Last point naman tayo dito, attorney. Let's talk about the ICC. So finally, there is eto na, confirmation na November na yung maging hearings ni Digong. Iba na yung kanyang legal team. So I think Kaufman he got what he wanted, it looks like, which is win nothing but win everything at the same time. You can figure out, diba? So, sino yung bagong team niya? What are we looking at? Yung bagong team niya, talo na naman kaagad. Hindi nila ma-delay. Why would they even ask for like 18 months delay? What are they thinking? Iabutin nila yung election para ma-implement nila yung elections? Like, what are they looking at here?
Well, if it was Kaufman, in a sense, yun yung objective. Because that's the DDS narrative na parang hinihintay nila yung elections para thinking it would be something like the impeachment which could be staved off, parang ganon, by some political development. Now they realize, regardless of politics in the Philippines or elsewhere, walang makakapigil dito sa trial. It's an entirely new team. Kaya yung isang basis maybe for asking for the delay is that the team will have to look at, sorry, it's not an entirely new team pala. So they have a different lead and associate counsel. So it's Peter Haynes and Kate Gibson, a tandem that worked for Bemba, one of the more successful, sabihin na natin, na akusado sa ICC. Na-acquit po siya upon appeal. So una na-convict siya, tapos na-acquit siya by this tandem, but it's a different team. From what I understand, sila pa lang yung kumbaga bago, pero the rest of the team are the people who also worked with Nicholas Kaufman. Kaya may timplahan dyan. So, ang pwedeng unang reason, the new team members are confronted by ano ba to, 5,000 pieces of evidence, a mountain of evidence. Si prosecution pa, nagbanggit pa ng 13,000 other pieces of evidence in their repository, in their parang baul na babasahin pa daw nila, ika-classify pa nila. If you're new and you only have a few months, syempre, pwede bang pa-extend muna? That's one. Pero the counter-argument is, you already have staff who or other members of the team who were part of the previous team. Kaya dapat alam na nila yan. But on the other hand, yung political dimension could still apply because that's a reality that we all have to contend with. This Duterte trial sa ICC works in the context of Duterte presidency in 2028. Yan yung sinasabi ng lahat. Kaya hindi mo maiwasan. But in any case, we wish all the best to this new legal team kasi you're right in a sense na talo sila. No, ganun po yun. May suggestion. Actually, hindi naman natalo in the sense na parang nakapagpustahan or ano. Ang nangyari po niyan, may suggestions. Natalo din kami. Yung sa victims, ang suggestion namin, pwede bang September? Si prosecutor, yung November 30. Si defense, indefinite. Ang kinalabasan po, si prosecutor yung quote-unquote nanalo or si prosecutor yung pinaboran. Na tama naman, sasabi namin. Kasi siya naman yung una mag-represent ng evidence. So, siya yung medyo may upper hand dito.
Just last point. So, in terms of yung mga other potential people na pwedeng kasuhan, finalized na ba yan or pwede madagdag pa? Depende on, like, let's say, if the Duterte trial reveals new facts, can the prosecution file for new warrants of arrest? How does that work? Kasi separate siya but at the same time may pagka-package deal parallel case dito.
Yeah. So, hypothetically, they could still add new persons of interests or suspects in the case. Depende yan sa marireveal nga ng evidence. Pero at this point, I would say, yung itong list of 8 persons, including Bato, and sorry, pero 6 na lang yung hindi pa nahuhuli or wala pang warrant. Yung isa kasi namatay na. So, 6 persons of interest. Yan na yung out of all the evidence, yan na yung, kumbaga, napipisil. Kumbaga, parang, alam niyo, pag graduation, yung may top 10 na. So, alam na. May chance ba na ang isang tao ay mag-overtake yung, kunyari, valedictorian, mapalitan yung valedictorian, maging
Umakyat
salutatorian,
sa ranking. So,
gagalaw, oo.
oo.
May chance, di ba? Laging may ganon na, ay, sorry, nag-recompute. O kaya, ay, hindi na factor in na nag first place sa National Students Press Conference or 100% pala siya sa final examinations, yung mga ganon. Dati incomplete, tapos na-complete niya, uno pala siya sa subject na to. Things like that could matter and what would be the turning point kung may ebidensya o witness na magsasabi. Hanggang ngayon po, pwede pa rin, May 28 pa lang, no? So, parang hanggang next month, may pagkakataon yung prosecution na magbigay ng ebidensya. And ubos lakas na to. So, si prosecutor, okay, kunin na lahat ng ebidensya, i-analyze na natin yan. If in that course, meron pa silang matagpuan, pwedeng may maging valedictorian or umakyat ng ranking. Pero so far, ito ang ano natin. So, unahan ko na, if we're thinking of Sara Duterte, if a witness comes forward and says, ito ang role niya sa DDS. So far, we've heard from Las Cañas and a few other DDS. Yung role kasi ni Sara ay parang prinsesa
Exactly,
sa
yeah.
DDS. Hindi pa, kumbaga, ano pa lang siya, yung prinsesa, ano pa lang yan, no? Ribbon cutting, ganyan. Kailangan po, nagkaroon siya ng parang thinking role in the organization. That one, wala pa masyadong lumalabas. So again, baka meron. We have a few
So
more
potentially
months.
others. But Senator Bongo looks like almost certain there, right?
Yes, bababa na lang yan ng 1 or 2
almost certain.
ranks.
Yeah. Baka top of the list pa na siya kasi andyan na siya to, yeah.
Oo, pero pala, again, pwedeng sabihin ng ICC, actually, marami pa rin pwedeng mangyari, lalo na pag sinabi ng Philippine government, kami nang bahala doon sa iba. Medyo big deal yan if they say, in terms of complementarity, di ba? We give way to the domestic arena.
So,
Pag sinabi ng
domestic
Marcos
courts ang
administration, magpo-prosecute, yes. Pero definitely, dapat na-prosecute. Yun yung importante. pwedeng sabihin ng ICC, o sige, total, may dalawa na kaming sinisilip, sa inyo na yung iba.
So they can split the bill. But in
Mhm.
terms of credibility, kasi yung complementarity assumes you defer to local institutions na functional. So is there
And
a way the
it
government
has
can
to
assure
be,
that?
yun na nga, it has to be a genuine investigation or prosecution. If it was the same as last time, yung sabi ng, oh, meron kami. Nag-iimbestiga kami ng 50. Madadagdagan pa to ng 250. Sabi ng prosecutor, niloloko mo naman ako eh. That's not the same kind of investigation. So, I don't know. Kaya ko nililive open yan dahil narinig ko na merong investigation into the war on drugs. Kaya may sabi na si Bato from the PNP. So, yun ang medyo left of field pa sa akin. Na, bakit biglang may investigation pala? Ano na naman to? So,
To
we'll see.
reclaim the jurisdiction.
Maybe over,
Mm.
well, over Bato. Pero, if you step back, baka ang isang iniisip din, it's to go after all those who are lower in rank. So, bukas din naman kami doon. And we have to check kung purely political. Pwedeng ganun eh. In-announce lang para mahuli si Bato or something. Pero, tingnan pa natin ng konti.
So, pero wala na, no? We are not expecting local courts to come in na, di ba? In terms of TRO, in terms of, parang wala na yung avenue na yan. Kasi parang tagal na hinintay ni Bato, wala na yan. So, there should be nothing stopping the PNP from doing their job together with the DLG. Meron bang pwede
Yeah,
last minute dito na lang sa Pilipinas yan si Bato pag nahuli namin? Or hindi, we have to talaga enforce the Interpol warrant for arrest.
there is still an opening na kung may kaso siya dito sa Pilipinas. Unfortunately, I don't think there is. So, kumbaga, ang daming what if, what if, what if. Eh, wala siyang kaso. Kaya, katulad ni Duterte, ganun din ang dapat gawin sa kanya. Yung issue lang talaga na pwedeng, kumbaga, makapigil, decision on the merits from the Supreme Court, and when the Supreme Court says, no, we will not recognize the ICC warrant, it could still go that way, di ba, yung sa Supreme Court. So, hindi siya huhulihin.
Will you guys challenge it? I mean, ano bang preference ng victims? From a victim's perspective, ano yung, hindi lang ideal, ano yung dapat mangyari dito?
That Bato de la Rosa also joins Duterte. I think makakabuti din yun. Sabi nga nung isa na, sinuggest ko po yun sa kaibigan kong DDS. Out of kumbaga, the goodness of my heart. Para po may kasama po si tatay. Ito na po si Bato de la Rosa. And we're really working for 2 cases at the least at the ICC. One against Bato, one against Duterte. At ang best case scenario, magpang-abot or halos magpang-sabay para hindi din mabigat doon sa logistical issues. So, ganun na nga yung iniisip namin eh. Kailangan medyo magsabay para kung sakaling magwi-witness, for example, yung isang victim, magwi-witness siya kay Bato, after a few days, magwi-witness siya kay Duterte. Parang ganon. So, ang galing nga eh,
November is
merong
far
mga,
away. Baka naman the court was making a calculation something good could happen between now and November, right?
yeah,
Way.
but I mean, you have to also factor in yung 1 year period pa na between arrest and actual actual start of trial. So we're thinking around maybe 2027, 2028 magpang-abot sa in terms of hearings. So basta ano pa lang to, mga hypothetical. Pero for Duterte talagang all systems go. We are so happy that the trial will start this year. We're just waiting for the sitting schedule. So, kung iniisip po ng ilan, so ang schedule ay November 30. Happy birthday ba to kay ano?
Anniversary, no? Yeah.
Or death anniversary ba? Oh,
Oh,
shucks.
yeah, yun nga. Yun nga.
Kay, this is the birth anniversary. Death
Wow.
ay, tama? So, maraming salamat po at pagpupugay kay Andres Bonifacio.
Oo nga eh.
So,
Naku,
yung
si Robin Hood
30,
Padilla, man, dyan. Oo.
na, yung 30, first day of trial, pero maraming trial yan. Ang inaasahan po namin, best case scenario, we have 3 weeks of trial in the case of Duterte. So,
Yun nga
let's
eh.
see.
I
Yung
mean,
sitting schedule ang inaantay.
I mean, feeling ko kakanta yan si Bato. Kaya nga, hindi ko alam. Kasi parang si Basta ba, di jokingly say na at least may kasama ng tatay ko. Parang kutob ko kakanta yan eh. Lalo mapahamak si Digong dyan kasi he still has his
Ay,
own
kumanta
skin.
na
Well,
ng PMA.
medyo, yeah, but that could be, di ba, parang he's calling for what? Destabilization? Medyo, ano yun ah. That was crazy. Kaya nga ako, with all due respect and love sa colleagues ko sa media, they should be careful not to platform these people. Parang ang dami, I don't know, maybe I was unfair. Pero sabi ko, in how many hours ang binigay na airtime kay Bato to say his side and whatever, how many minutes and seconds did they give to the victims or mga ekspertong katulad mo to explain bakit kailangan ng ICC warrant? Parang it became suddenly about Bato, his emotions, his feelings, his history. Hello, ICC to, mass
Naiiyak.
atrocities ang pinag-usapan.
Oo.
So, I'm sorry, because I know some media friend took offense with that. Ikaw naman, Richard, ganun-ganun. Like, yeah, maybe I'll interview Bato, but I'll also interview you. I'll also interview the victims. I was there when you were there. I was there when the victims were there. Not once, twice dun sa Europe. So, I'm sorry, I still stand by my point. But at the same time, of course, all due respect sa aking mga, all credit to my colleagues in the media for also covering the Senate habang may putokan. Although mukhang wink-wink yung putokan na nangyari, but the fear and all was true. Thank you so much, Attorney Conti. Ang dami natin pwedeng pag-usapan and I'm sure mas marami tayong pag-usapan kasi Kilay is life. Marami pang mga mangyayari sa mga darating na araw and all. Mga luminary, ano, ang dami, dami. So, it looks like, ano eh, ano to, content talaga to. Content, unfortunately, for days and years to come. But para sa bayan, if that's gonna help more accountability and to finish the clown show, which is our Senate, yung bubble gang situation, then so be it. And let's hope there'll be a new leadership in the Senate soon. Salamat, Attorney Conti. God bless and talk to you soon.
Salamat, ingat.